There was once a man who dreamt of reaching the peak of a towering mountain. For years he had admired its grandeur from a distance, but the task of climbing it seemed impossible. The mountain was steep, the path was unclear, and the weather unpredictable. Still, the dream burned in his heart. One day, determined to make his dream a reality, he decided to begin the climb. As he set foot on the first part of the journey, he quickly realized how overwhelming the task was. The terrain was rough, the incline steep, and every step seemed to lead him further from his goal. He felt like giving up, but then he remembered something important. He didn't have to conquer the entire mountain in a single step. Instead of focusing on the peak, he decided to break the journey down. He focused on one step at a time, taking each challenge as it came. The path might be rocky, but he learned to pace himself, finding small moments of rest when needed. When the climb grew difficult, he reminded himself that every step, no matter how small, brought him closer to his goal. Along the way, he encountered obstacles, sudden storms, slippery rocks, and narrow ledges. But with each challenge, he learned how to adjust his strategy. He found shelter when the storm passed, used his hands for balance on the rocks, and took cautious, deliberate steps on the narrow pass. The journey wasn't easy, but the key was breaking it into smaller, manageable pieces and staying focused on the next step. Slowly over time, the man reached the summit. Looking down at the long path he had traveled, he realized that the mountain was no longer as intimidating. He had not conquered the mountain in one giant leap. He had done so step by step. Moral: big challenges can feel insurmountable, but breaking them down into smaller, manageable steps makes the journey easier to navigate. Progress may be slow, but persistence and patience will eventually lead to success.